How to handle the kids. These are different behavioral techniques that can be used on children with no issues or with any issues. Definitely all of the ones that were mentioned earlier in the show, but um, they certainly have been shown to help with children that have symptoms of ADHD. So the first one is empathy. Acknowledging that your kid is not a bad kid, or trying to test your patience, or push your buttons, or be annoying, or be embarrassing. Understand instead that they're having a hard time and struggling. It's difficult to have issues with planning ahead, organizing, controlling impulses, and completing tasks. You will need to provide extra guidance while your child gradually acquires these skills. Whatever the issue is, they're going through a hard time and they need support. Positive attitude. Don't sweat the small stuff. If you're a perfectionist, you will be disappointed often and expect more from your child than they may be capable of right now. Support. Your child needs your help. They are struggling and they can't simply apply themselves and do better or pay attention and symptoms just go away. Increase self-esteem and self-worth. The key to this is finding challenging activities that they can do well and improve in. Sports, being part of a team are excellent for this. Short-term goals and rewards. Attention problems make it difficult to stay focused on a long-term goal like something a month away. People with attention issues crave instant gratification, immediate rewards like what happens in video games. Delayed gratification can be very challenging. This is something that has to be learned. So if you do well, then we will do X on Saturday. Or when you finish this assignment, then you get to go do X. Maybe too far away. Short attainable goals are recommended. So instead, if you do well on this, on say 10 minutes of this homework assignment that's difficult, then you can have a few minutes of break and then go back to the difficult things. So they only have to work on trying to sustain for a small period of time. And then after they acquire that and they're doing well at it, then increase it. So if you start out with 10 minutes of difficult math homework and they start doing well at 10 minutes with a few minutes break and then another 10 minutes and a few minutes break, then increase it to say 12 to 15 minutes and then slowly make it longer so they're learning the delayed gratification. A token system. Token systems can be very, very helpful and a great incentive program. It's strengthening delayed gratification. So you give a token for good behavior or when you see a behavior that you like. For example, finish 3 math problems and get a token. A token can be a piece of paper, a marble, a poker chip, or whatever. Then in so many tokens, you get a 10-minute break. You have to gauge your child and what is reasonable in too big of a challenge and what rewards work for them. Start by figuring out what behavior you want to curb or improve. Maybe the child fights with his siblings or home life is a mess. Then give a token whenever you see sharing or behavior that you want to see more of. Have some rewards that they can trade tokens in for. So like a reward menu. Maybe that's a minute of video game time or a favorite show or a special place they want to go on the weekends or games. Your goal is to increase the delayed gratification. So working towards something, they have an option that is farther into the future too. If you were paid once every 6 months, you would probably have a problem going to work every day. Most people can't tolerate getting paid once a month. Once every other week is adequate, but people that are paid once a week, they even feel more incentive to not miss a day of work because it's going to show up very soon. These type of things. That's the way that a token system works. Praise. Remember, kids with any of the issues that were in that oval circle, they come to expect criticism. So look for the good behavior and reward it with verbal praise or maybe even tokens. Routines. This cannot be emphasized enough. Children, adolescents, and even adults thrive on routines. Think about it. If you went to work and your lunch was at a different time every day, sometimes at noon, sometimes at 1:30 or 2, then it would be anxiety provoking. Knowing what to expect when it's going to happen is very comforting. It offers stability and can lower anxiety. So you want them to know what to expect next and give them that sense of security. So morning routine, you wake, you eat, you get dressed, eating at the same time every day during the day. A nighttime routine, bath, brush teeth, books, and bed, whatever it is that works for your family and your culture. Keep the same routine every day, from the wake up time and then also a bedtime. And you want to include time for homework, outdoor play, indoor activities. You can keep a schedule on the refrigerator or a bulletin board in the kitchen. Write changes in the schedule as far in advance as possible so they know what to expect. Organization. Everything has a home. Have a place for everything. Shoes go here. Backpack goes here. Make folders for different subjects. For all ages, this is essential, especially for adults and teens. This may be one folder for each subject and a special place for finished homework for them to turn in. A common issue is not turning in work even if it is completed. Many teachers put a box on their desk and the students are supposed to come into class and put their homework in the bin. This may be a challenge for someone who is easily distracted. Organize to have a special folder and a daily routine. Walk in, put homework in the bin. It can make all the difference. Worst case scenario, you can always get like a sheet protector sleeve, put the homework in that, and safety pin it to the outside of the bag so it's flapping right out there. And when they walk in, take it out, put it in the basket. Get active. Studies show that all level of children perform better on tests directly after a physical activity or recess. It is important that physical activity not be a part of discipline. For example, if a child acts up or doesn't finish their work, they don't get recess or recess is shorter. Think of physical activity as medicine needed to function better. Studies show that physical activity also improves mood for all ages. Physical activity will also help brain growth, decrease depression and anxiety. Exercise leads to better sleep. Think of motion sports like basketball, tennis, hockey, not softball or baseball where there's a lot of downtime and waiting. Also, walk the talk. It's easy for yelling and screaming to become a way of life. Modeling is the most natural way of learning, seeing and repeating. You want to model the behavior or mirror what you want to see. This means that when you get frustrated, you remain calm. Take a deep breath as needed. Also, make eye contact and be at eye level. So if the child starts acting out, and you get very frustrated, then remain calm, take a deep breath, bend down or get on their eye level so they're seeing directly into your eyes, and then talk to them and say what it is that you're wanting, the behavior that you're wanting to see. This is also an opportunity that you can teach how to respond when you're frustrated. So for you to say out loud, I'm feeling frustrated, I'm going to take a deep breath and try and calm down. You're also teaching them how to act when they are frustrated, when they're in class or interacting with peers or friends or other siblings. Then they will also learn this technique of stopping and taking a deep breath instead of acting out. Keep busy. Idle time can make symptoms worse because it is unfocused, so you don't want just a few hours of free play until dinner. TV, video games, computer games, especially violent ones, are not ideal choices. You want activities like helping you to cook, playing a board game, drawing pictures, etc. Sports, art, classes, music, dancing, they're also very good activities. Logical consequences. This is the idea of giving choices instead of threats or punishments. For example, instead of saying, if you don't sit down and finish your dinner right now, you're going to bed. Instead, you can say, you can either finish eating dinner or go to bed now. Which one? In this way, you're giving the opportunity for good behavior. You always want to be ready for the either choice. Don't give choices that you aren't ready to do, like, we'll leave the store right now. And don't cave. Learning consequences is a very important lesson. Make your consequences short and immediate. Don't take something away for a week or weeks at a time. Be clear about why that consequence and how long it will last. And also, give the opportunity to earn it back if you take something away. This is especially important for teens. Directed discussion. Say what you want them to do. Say the behavior that you want to see. Show me how to walk in the house instead of no running in the house or don't run. Another example, talk softer instead of stop yelling. Another example, hold the cup steady instead of don't spill it or be careful. Be careful is vague, like play nice or be good. A better way is to say take turns. Studies show that all ages, even adults, do better with what they are told. So if they're told don't drop it, don't look down, don't think of X, results in people dropping, looking down, or thinking X. It's better to say hold on to that, or keep looking ahead, or think about X, right? Set ground rules. Make it clear what the rule is. Give a warning the first time and no warnings afterwards. So if you do that one more time, then no. Once they know what the rule is, there's no warning because it then just becomes a freebie. If you knew that you were allowed a speeding warning the first time you were caught, every time you got in the car, and it started over every day, what would you do? Sleep. Sleep deprivation or not enough sleep can certainly have these symptoms. It could be that there's a new baby in the house or sharing a bedroom with a sibling that is waking them up frequently during the night, a new location and waking up from a train outside or new noises. Also, going to bed too late. Kiddos need 10 to 12 hours of sleep per night. Diet. Fresh foods, regular meal times, avoiding junk foods. Impulsivity and distractedness can lead to missing meals and poor diet choices. You want to have healthy snacks and have them eat them between meals so they don't have a blood sugar drop. Blood sugar drop can show the symptoms of ADD and ADHD. Consistency. Just like routine, consistency is important. Make sure the rules are understood, including what happens when they do and don't follow them. You must be consistent and follow through each and every time. Planned ignoring. This is an excellent technique. It's ignoring attention behavior and giving feedback for good behavior. So a few examples are, mommy doesn't hear whiny children, or to simply walk away and ignore. Another one is, I wish Tanya was here to color with me. This is so much fun, while the child is throwing tantrums. This is giving them a distraction of something that they can do and join you with, and also showing that you are paying no attention to their tantrum. Teach how to handle feelings. Try not to punish feelings. Being mad, angry, frustrated, these are natural feelings. So for example, you look mad or upset or whatever. Let's take a deep breath together. This is an alternative to stay in timeout or in your room until you stop crying. Another example is, I know this is tough. Let's sit down together and calm down together. Another option is to teach distracting, so you redirect. Let's do something else. Modeling. Again, we all learn best by modeling, so getting mad at drivers on the road and starting to yell and hitting the steering wheel may not be the behavior that you want to teach. Talk out loud. I'm so frustrated right now. I'm going to take a deep breath and calm down. Or, I'm so mad, I'm going to take a break and do something else. This will show your child how to act, and they will copy you. A cool off period. Like timeout, this is good for everyone to cool down. Praise. Give praise or rewards when rules are followed. Children with ADHD often receive and expect criticism. Look for good behavior and praise it. Sitting in front of the class. Sitting in front of the class can take away many distractions. Also, having the child sit away from friends will give less opportunity for distractions.